All right, we are back with another whiteboard series video. I'm Dr. Stephen Cabral, board certified doctor of naturopathy, here today to teach you the #1 food sensitivity in the world. This is literally the #1 that comes up for me on at-home functional medicine testing labs from an IgG perspective. That means not a digestive issue. This isn't a sensitivity that's going to cause bloating or cramping necessarily, or gas or loose stool, okay? This is actually a sensitivity from what's called an IgG, which means immunoglobulin G. From this perspective, what does it do? Well, it causes brain fog, and it would cause low mood, it would cause joint pain, inflammation, potential autoimmune issues, skin rashes, etc. And the reactions happen 24 to 72 hours later. That means a day or even 2 to 3 days after you eat the food, it could actually cause the headache, the joint pain, the inflammation, the whatever it might be. Again, everyone's different because what happens is if food sensitivity creates inflammation in your body, that inflammation always shows up as your weak point in your body. For me, it might show up as, some joint pain in my thumbs where I start to feel it first. For you, it might be a headache. Or for you, it might be a skin rash a couple of days later, and same for your kids as well. So let's take a look at it. Again, thousands upon thousands of labs I've run again, these are CLIA certified labs. They're not our labs. We do all third-party lab use, and these, again, are clinically verified, not just by myself, but by hundreds of others of my colleagues as well. I would say thousands of others of my colleagues. So let's get into it. #1 food sensitivity in the world is cow's milk. Dairy. Yes, there you have it. So I know a lot of people, it upsets them because they love cheese. And I get it. I understand. They like to put milk in their coffee. But here's what I want you to know is, again, you might say to yourself, well, it doesn't cause me gas. I don't have bloating. I don't have digestive issues when I take them in. I get it. I understand it. It's a valid point. That's a digestive issue. That's not a food sensitivity. A food sensitivity is a reaction. It's not an allergy, which could be life-threatening, anaphylactic. This is a sensitivity, which means it causes inflammation. So this is the actual food sensitivity lab that we use right here. And the longer the black line, the more it says sensitivity. So if we look at this person's right here, we're just going to go over dairy. And let me erase that for a second. The protein molecules is what we're looking at. So again, we're not worried about lactose, right? So people say, well, I'm not lactose intolerant. I get it. You're not lactose intolerant. However, we're looking at the protein molecule. And 80% of all the protein in milk is coming from casein. 20% is coming from whey. People are typically less sensitive to whey than they are casein. Casein is a hard to digest, not a great form of protein for most people. Here's casein. And you see cheese, cow's milk, mozzarella, which is typically a little less because it's processed in a way to be less. And then here's whey. This person, highly sensitive to anything cow's milk. Mozzarella, whey, yogurt, you name it. They are way off the scale. I mean, way above a 3.54, which is kind of our cutoff. However, this is why I want to share with you. Again, I'm always coming from it from an unbiased, scientific, functional medicine perspective. I believe that functional medicine testing at home labs has the power to transform your health. No doubt about it. You're in both mind and body. Because when you look at this, you see goat's milk and sheep's yogurt are below this first marker, which means they are in the acceptable range. Now, why would that be? Why is cow's milk more of a sensitivity than sheep and goats? Well, the answer lies in what it is actually meant to do. You have to understand the protein molecules are much larger, harder to digest inside of cow's milk dairy. They help a calf, that's about 100 pounds or so, go to 500 pounds, 600 pounds. They allow for massive growth. Sheep, goats, we're talking about what? At birth, I don't know, probably somewhere around 15, 20 pounds or so, and you're getting up to 100, 200 pounds or so. So we're not talking about the same massive growth. They are not as inflammatory and not as highly reactive within the body. Now, people might say to yourself, well, what if it's grass-fed versus conventional? Good question. So that means grass-fed milk in general or cheese is much less inflammatory. However, the same reactions will most likely be there because the protein strands are the same. The difference is the omega-6s to the omega-3s and a few other factors. That's why, again, what you want to think about is potentially switching to a nut milk. If you're okay with that in your coffee or your tea, switch to a coconut milk or an almond milk or Brazil nut milk, whatever you prefer, honestly, whatever you like. Or if you're still saying, I want to be able to enjoy some cheese, switch to a goat's or sheep's-based cheese, and you'll be able to enjoy a lot of the same consistency and flavor without the inflammatory cow's milk. So hopefully this was helpful. If you want to run all of your own food sensitivities, almost 200 in all, and again, everybody has always one or two that they weren't expecting, head on over to equa.life/labs. And of course, you can run your own at-home food sensitivity test for you or anyone in your family. Take care. And if there's any follow-up questions, let me know. Feel free to post them right in the comments below.